no one that works a full-time job should be facing homelessness.
No.
And that's what my family is facing right now. Our landlord
That's
gave us a
messed up.
30-day notice to sell our home that we've been in for 8 years. And if you know, we're in a housing crisis right now. And we can't find a home to live in. So after this weekend, that's it. We're going to put everything into a storage unit and be done. And be homeless. Because we cannot find substantial housing, okay? And the issues that we're facing are every single rental property is, oh, you need to make 3 times to 4 times the rent. Come on, that's like unrealistic. The other one is, oh, your credit score needs to be like 700 plus. Again, unrealistic. If I had all that criteria, I would go buy a house. Like, I would not be trying to rent anything right now. And I guess I'm just feeling like very frustrated because there is a big issue in this country and it needs to be fixed. Something needs to be done. And on top of that, like, let's talk about how all these rentals are like $1,500 and they're like shitholes. They're not even decent. Nothing is updated in them. Everything is old. So much to the point to where now my family is being resorted to being shoved in a small apartment with our 3 kids, our 2 cats, and our 100-pound German Shepherd. That's a problem because we work full time. We should not be forced into an apartment because we're literally being outbidded by all of these other people at these rental properties. It's like you go to a rental property, you put an application in, and so does 30 other people. And they literally just pick out of a hat who gets the house. It's insane. And something needs to be done.
That's messed up. She got the kitties in the background, man, and you just up and get a letter from 8 years of just living your life. Hey, I want y'all to sell the property. Oh, jeez. You know what you call that? Those are called blocks in the road. When things happen to you, when everything just going good, and all of a sudden some stupid mess just happened, like, that's what you call that, blocks in the road. And when you go through them crises, man, you gotta put your hands together and pray and put it in God's hand. I'm telling you, it works every time. I know that's a cliche thing, and folks think you just do that and it magically work, but it does. I'm a person that can give you testimony that it does count when you pray to God and come to Him with your issues. Because stuff like this, I ain't never known nobody to fix it but Jesus. Just to be real, how God works, He'll help you out if you commit to speaking to Him about what you're going through and the help you need. You might not see it when you're going through it, but when He transfer you and put you in somewhere else, you'll be straight. So a lot of times we crying and pooping and hollering, and sometimes we just need to trust in God a little more. Because I had to trust in God a lot of times. Y'all seen it when I just posted my babies went to surgery. Now, I didn't come on here whooping and crying and who, but people that know me close know how scared I was and afraid I was, and my nerves was jacked to the floor. And I had to pray to God about it. Lord, please let my baby come out of this okay, alive, normal, not paralyzed, healthy. I had to pray, and my nerves was at an all-time high. And I had God comfort me. And when my baby came up out of that surgery, I said, thank you, Jesus. Oh my God. Tears of joy. Because it could have went south real fast. So I like to keep that bubble up. You see how I'm in a bubble? You see how my camera be in a bubble? You see how I'm in a bubble? I like to keep my bubble just like this with my protection on it. For when things go on, you got to pray, baby. You gotta pray. And this is so sad that this won't losing her place, but you need to pray to God about it, and He'll give you something better. I'm a living witness. Plenty of times. I got plenty of stories. I remember I give you a short story since I'm just interrupting the video talking about life. I give you a perfect example. One time my money was short, my checks was short. I said, Lord, I don't know how I'm gonna pay this rent. Mortgage, not rent. I've been here all these years And I ain't never came up short with my mortgage. And all of a sudden, I done put my money into this and fixing that, and I'm a little short this month. Even though you got 3 months to pay, I still didn't want to be short missing a month. I ain't never did that. I woke up one morning, checked my mailbox, and there was a check in there for the price of my mortgage. I'll never forget it. I cashed that check so fast and paid my mortgage. Where did it come from? I don't know, because I didn't apply for anything. And I put it in my bank. Had my name on it. I don't even know where it came from. They talking about some dividend or something back when I worked. They ain't sent no letter, no notice, no way of knowing that it's coming at all. And it came in a crisis, in a time of crisis. Tell me, you can't tell me that ain't God. Trying to tell you. And that's for somebody praying, emergency, don't know what to do, sad face, all that. But let's get back in these videos, because I'm a rambler. You mess with me long enough, you'll find out. Okay?
Why is the whole world in a housing crisis? And why is nothing being done to fix it? I currently live in St. Petersburg, Florida, and over the past 5 or 6 years, we've had some of the highest, if not the highest, inflation in the entire country. Our housing costs have actually doubled, which is insane to think about. And we're not even going to touch on the groceries, the gas, all of the insurance, all of that. So many people my age have just left. They've gotten completely pushed out. In fact, my city is like a retirement home. Nothing against the older people that can still afford it here. I play live music for a living, and let me tell you, it is so rare for someone my age to walk into the bar and listen to me sing. The average age of the people at my gigs is 60 plus. So my question is like, who's gonna work as a waiter? Who's gonna be the cooks? Who's gonna work at the grocery store? All the jobs that the people who...
See, that's how y'all got y'all priorities messed up. See, I can't listen to stuff without thinking. How y'all going? How is it a whole restaurant in your town that has live music? And he said only the old people are coming. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Y'all young folks need to find out what entertainment is. And a live show over dinner. Oh, that's something special and something nice. You better find out.
Who can afford to live here won't do. Who's gonna do that? There's gonna be a point where the people that work the jobs to sustain a society here aren't gonna commute here anymore because the commute has gotten too long. They've been pushed out too far from the center. And I used to think it was just the big cities that were going through these crises, but that's actually not the case either. I was just in Alaska, and even the tiny towns there have it worse than I do in Florida. The rent prices in places like Skagway or Juneau or Ketchikan are through the roof. Some people were telling me they were taking on like 5 or 6 roommates to a house just to afford to live there, and I'm like, it's Alaska. No shade, but like it takes a really specific kind of outdoorsy person to want to live there. Why is it more expensive than St. Pete, Florida? And it's not just this country. I'm moving to Lisbon and they have a huge housing crisis right now. I've met a little bit of resistance online, usually from keyboard trolls, but there's some Portuguese that are telling me do not come, we are full. To which I'm thinking, well, I'm coming from a housing crisis. What am I supposed to do? Just like sit here and rot? So if all of the Portuguese youth are leaving Lisbon because they can't afford it, and all of the youth in my city are leaving because they can't afford it, where are we all going? I feel like there's a huge global reshuffling going on between people moving, whether it's just between cities in their own country or moving abroad, and like I don't know how this ends. So I was kind of hoping someone smarter than me would come in here and chime in. Where is this all headed? Because if everyone my age is getting pushed out, we have to go somewhere. Why is it so expensive just to live? This is getting ridiculous. And why is nobody doing anything to fix this? I'm sorry, but this is not what we all were promised. Can someone just please tell me it's going to get better? Because life should not be this expensive.
I don't want to live here anymore. I live in America, and the sense of dread that I feel living here for the next 30, 40 years is so bad, you guys. Let me just give you a little peek into my world. So 5 years ago, me and my husband bought our home. Okay, we bought our home on my 22nd birthday. Our home at the time was valued at $130,000 by the county. Now, mind you, we did not pay this much for our home. I wish we did, but we did not. 5 years later, we just looked. Our home is valued at $248,000 5 years later. Last year, our home appraised at $161,000. If we were to try to buy a home now, I don't think that we would be able to do it. 5 years ago, all they told you was you needed good credit and $10,000 saved up. That was more attainable 5 years ago for a couple of early 20-year-olds than it would be for two people dual income in our mid-20s right now. At the time, me and my husband were making really good money. I mean, for two people that don't have college degrees, we were making well over $100,000 a year. And in the South, specifically Texas, that used to could stretch. Nowadays, it literally doesn't mean anything. Like, groceries are too high, the cost of living is too high, the housing crisis is out of control. People move, it's bad. It's bad, you guys. It's getting bad, and it's getting worse and worse by the year, no matter who's elected president. We were not put on this earth to work 70 plus hours a week, not be able to spend time with our families. We were put on this earth to consume art, have community, try new foods, new cultures, travel. We did everything that they tell us you're supposed to do. We went to college. Now, do we have degrees? No. We went to college. We saved up the money. We worked really hard. We bought the house. People base their whole self-worth off of their work ethic. I'm not one of those people. Even if you say, oh, you've done this and this, and look at all the things you've acquired. I don't care. I can't even imagine people that stay at their job 30, 40 years. Kudos to you. It's really hard for people, and I think especially my generation, to just see us doing the same thing for the next 30 years. And for what? I don't know what we're supposed to do. People my age. Is this it? Is this what we do? Forever? Nah. I don't want to live here anymore. I don't want to do this. And I'm not saying that there's somewhere better and there's a utopia that you don't have to work. But I think that there has to be somewhere that it's beneficial for the amount that you work. Fun. People will say, well, what are you going to do when you're older? How are you going to retire? I don't know. But I know that I'm going to enjoy every day, and I'm going to be happy every single day.
Can somebody, for the love of God, please help me make this make sense? You have an elderly and disabled individual who has waited 2 years with no income, waiting for their disability approval. It is finally approved. They get a whole whopping $900 to live off of each month. Okay? They were approved for a HUD housing voucher to assist in housing costs. Due to inflation and rent increases, a lot of people can't afford it. So we apply at an apartment complex that accepts housing vouchers, but we're denied because this individual does not have 12 months of on-time payments or 12 months of credit history. Well, they didn't have income for the last 2 years, so they didn't have money. They're disabled. How are they supposed to have a history if they didn't have income? They're approved for a HUD voucher. Why can't they be approved for your HUD housing? Make that make sense, right? But even better, I find an apartment that is $475 a month. Not the nicest, not the best neighborhood, but it's doable. It's doable. It's going to take half of her income, but it's doable. Guess what? Can't get approved for that either, because you need 3 times the rent. So in the meantime, where does this individual go?
Co-signer.
They're disabled with severe health needs. They can't go to the homeless shelter because that is a liability. Where do they go? Oh, a nursing home? There's no availability in the States. All beds are taken.
Wow, it don't get no worse than this. Guys, at the end of the day, you better come up with a plan, because ain't nobody to save you. It's nobody out here to save us at all. And things going on like this is just heartbreaking. It's like, where do you go? You disabled, so you're unable to work. They take 2 years to approve you. And then when they do approve you, every single place you go to, say you don't have 2 years of constant money. You don't have 2 years of proof that you got some bread coming in. You don't have 2 years, but I just waited 2 years, barely making it, struggling and surviving to show you I got income. Boy, the loopholes. Loopholes be looping. They really do. Because there's people that apply for disability and never get it. Take longer than that. And I imagine the lines could be longer since they let go most of the staff that work in those kind of places, those kind of federal employment places, when they did a big operation sweep on all the federal workers this year. So the appointment times are up there in the sky. Just get seen about your disability. America's shaky, but we gotta hold on because we usually resilient and can get through this stuff. But I'm just so saddened about young folks. I got some young folks that want their own place. They don't want to stay with their mama. I got some young folks that want to fly up out of the nest. And this is making it hard for them. A lot of mamas and daddies is straight, but we got to worry about our little chicklins. Where they going? Well, you just want them to be happy, married and homed, housed. And we hear stuff like this, all this kind of stuff going on about can't afford it, can't get in it. It's some drama. It's some... When is it going to end? When is it going to be fixed? If you're new to the channel, I'm Tiffany Rose. Hi, how you doing? A lot of times I get to talking and rambling, but I'm cool people. If you would like to join the channel, click that button down there. If you don't, it's all right. Have a nice day. And we talking about American housing crisis. Because that's what it is. It's a crisis. People just want to go to work and have a house. Like, I don't know how that's so hard. And they acting like you running off with a Lamborghini or something. People need somewhere to stay. They got a job. And if they have a good rental history or none at all, can y'all give them a chance? Can you make a loophole where people can live somewhere and have a roof over their head for the people who want to be housed with no issues? Because people ain't out here playing games. They working hard. They trying to make it. They doing overtime. They working 2 or 3 jobs. They just need somewhere to stay. And we done got so corporate-y that we'll go through any lengths that you got to do this, that, while we looking at 4 kids and some hard-working parents that got the money and ain't never been late. Can y'all make a loophole for that? God, simple stuff. But I'll see y'all next time. Tiffany Rose.
If you are a believer, you're born again, you are called to be a watchman. Or watchwoman, or watch person, doesn't matter. So, it means you are someone who's to behold, to look up. You're called to be one who waits on the Lord.